Hello, everybody. Hey, y'all. Hey, I am. I hope y'all can hear me. Okay, I'm doing something new, but this is the Empowerment Corner. I am Jaquita B, and we getting ready to talk about some stuff. Come on in the room. It's Thursday. On Thursdays, we do the Empowerment Corner. My name is Jaquita B. I am your confidence and empowerment coach. And I come on here every Thursday to do an empowerment chit chat to encourage you guys, to uplift you, to be a better version of yourself each and every day. And I have different topics that you can kind of relate to and things that you can put in place in your life now, action steps that you can take now to better your life and become the best version of you, right? So, this is the Empowerment Corner. Hold on. Oh no. Okay. I'm getting ready to invite some people. So invite some people on and put in the chat how y'all doing today. How have y'all Thursday been going? It's hot where I am, so excuse my hair, excuse my frizz. I got a lot going on with this here hair today. But anyway, we getting ready to talk about some stuff, right? So yeah, come on in the room. I'm inviting some friends real quick before I get started. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about potential versus purpose, right? That's what we're talking about today. So we're going to get into a little chit chat. How y'all doing over here? Tune in, give me some likes over here on TikTok. Um, if y'all hear my dog barking, like this is real life. Like I got two of them. And yeah, so I hope that if they're not too loud, that you'll be able to hear me. But yes, okay. So what we talking about today is I'll be looking down because I got some notes. I want to stay on task, and I'm not gonna be before you long because I do got something that I need to do in a timely manner. So yeah, thank y'all for joining me. Again, I am Jaquita B, your confidence and empowerment coach. I help women to become their best selves and to live the life that they desire. No matter what situation you may find yourself in, you can always overcome it. You just have to get attached to the right people and put in the work, right? We can all put in the work so that we can become a better person. And that's one of my gifts. God has placed me here to empower and to encourage. So I'm always trying to spread a word of empowerment, a word of encouragement to lift somebody up. You never know what people are going through. It's these times are tough. So make sure y'all be mindful of that, like what people are going through, and to kind of be kind to one another. So that's what I'm all about. So in today's video, we're talking about um, potential versus purpose. Hey sis, hey, how you doing? And if y'all see me squinting, I don't have no glasses or no contacts, and they upstairs, so I'm not gonna run and get them. So don't mind the squinting because I really can't see for real. But listen, we're talking about potential versus purpose, right? So I'm going to start out and give you the definition of purpose. What is purpose? Purpose is the reason for which something is done or created, or why something exists, right? So purpose is the reason something is created or the reason something exists. And potential means the power or potency that can be, but has not yet come into existence. So potential means, right, you have something that's on the inside of you, but you have not seen it, other people have not seen it. You just know that it's there, but it has not come into existence yet. So purpose is what you were created for, what you were designed to do, something that needs to that you need to accomplish. That's what purpose is. And potential is you have something on the inside of you, but it has not come into existence yet. You have not seen it yet, right? There's some power there, there's some strength there, there's something on the inside of you that you have not seen yet. That's what potential is. So we're going to be discussing, are we living in purpose, or are we living in potential, the state of potential, right? So now, living in a potential state, right? What does that look like? You're always looking towards the future, but you are not living in the present, right? You're never really truly living in the present. You're always looking towards the future of what could be, but you're not living for your future. You're not living in the present, which means stuff is just passing you by. And it's like, hey, sis, hey. And it's like you're not even tapping into what's in front of you. You are living, and your mindset is based upon your future and what could be, not what is, right? So that's what living in the state of potential looks like. We don't want to live in the state of potential. What's up, Stanley? How you doing? We want to live in the present moment, right? So when you're living in a state of potential, you're striving for something that may never happen. You don't want to be in a state of potential because it's like you're working towards something that you can't even grasp. It's like your future, you're living in the future. Like you're living and your expectations is set on something that may not ever be. That's what living in a potential state is. We don't want to live in potential. We want to live in purpose. So that's what we're talking about today. And what does that mean, right? So living in potential, it creates a sense of you to force things to happen. You're forcing things to happen, which creates chaos. When you force something to happen, it means that you don't really have a passion to do it. You're just doing it because you see what it could be. You're doing it because you know that this could be something great. This could be something that could bring me bear good fruit, but it's not something that's in your present right now. So that means, excuse me, that means the labor and the work that you're putting in is going to bring chaos to you because it's forced. It doesn't come natural. It's not a part of the plan. It's not in an alignment with what you were created to do. So you are forcing things to happen, which ultimately causes chaos, right? So give me some likes or some love over here. Thank y'all for tuning in on TikTok. And you really want to thank y'all for sharing over here on Facebook. So you really don't want to live in potential, right? Because it's living in a place of like a fantasy land. You're not really enjoying your present time, right? So when also living in potential, it creates complacency. Complacency means you are comfortable. When you get comfortable being in a place for so long, that will destroy you because you are blinded to the things that you need to change. You are blinded to some of the risks that you may need to take, but you're too comfortable, so you're not going to take those risks. You're too comfortable, so you can't see the stuff that you need to put into place to make change come forward, right? That's what living in a potential state means. You are so comfortable that you can't even see that you need to change. That's why it's dangerous living in a potential state of mind. We don't want to live in potential. We want to live in purpose. I can't see who all is on over here on Facebook. So give me, if y'all can hear me, like give me some thumbs up and say something so I know y'all can hear me over here. Give me some love over here on TikTok. Tap the screen, y'all. So we're talking about living in purpose versus living in potential, right? And when you're living in potential, you can thank you, thank you, thank you. So when you are living in potential, complacency destroys you because you miss opportunities to grow. You miss opportunity to become a better version of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. You miss the opportunities that are coming your way when you are living in complacency. It will destroy you. It's like you living you living in a fantasy land, but at the same time it's like you're comfortable with doing that. And living in a fantasy land, you're not really seeing anything produced. You're not seeing anything come into your life that can better you and take you to another level. You're living in the future, so you don't want to do that. You want to live in purpose, right? So now that will make you lose your drive, your motivation. When you're not seeing anything become of your work, your labor, you lose motivation. You lose your drive. You lose your passion, if there is any passion, because when you're in potential, sometimes we don't have the passion to do that thing. It's just there because it's like we see what it could be, so we're going to keep doing it even if we don't see the fruition of our work. Even if we don't see it producing anything, we still want to continue to do that thing because it has us thinking that what it could be is so big, it's so great, but it's actually not. In the present is not what you think it is, right? So that's why it is so dangerous to live in potential and not to live in purpose, right? And when you live in potential, you lack the fulfillment in your life. It feels empty. You feel like there's no purpose. You feel like that you are not doing the thing that you need to be doing in order for you to feel a sense of like I belong, like I have a position in this world, like I am creating something that people need. So there is a meaningless feeling that you have when you are just living in potential and not living in purpose, right? So give me 1 second, y'all. My computer getting ready to die on me. So let me plug it back in because I'm also on YouTube. Okay, so listen, right? We don't want to live in regret later in life, so we want to live in purpose. Potential will have you thinking. That's why you know how when they say we don't want to date somebody with potential, because potential will get you in trouble, because sometimes we never live up to our full potential. We never live up to that thing that we know that's on the inside of us, because potential will get you in trouble. We dating men or women who we see potential in them, but when are they going to tap into it? That's why it's so great to have a purpose partner, a partner who will begin to help you live in purpose, and y'all can live in purpose together. Because if you with somebody who just has potential and they're not tapping into that potential or into that purpose, it's like they're going to stay in that same place. It's stagnant. It's not going to go to the place or the level that it can go to, because you're living in potential. You're not tapping into the things that's on the inside of you. What did I say potential was in the beginning? I said potential is the power or the potency that can be, but has not yet come into existence. So if you're dating, if you're single and you out there looking for somebody and you're waiting for who God has for you, and you're trying to figure out, is this person it? Look at what they are doing in life. Are they living in purpose? Do they have purpose? Are they walking in alignment with the plan that God has over their life? Do they have a plan for their lives? Because if you're living in potential, your goals are really not there. You're not aligned with anything. You're just living life basically. If you don't know where you're going, you lost. You are lost when you are living just in potential, because you haven't tapped into that thing that it exists. You haven't tapped into that power just yet. So you're lost. You're really lost. So we don't want to be in a place where we are contracting or coming into a place or in attachment with people who just have potential. Now, sometimes we got to give people grace, right? We got to give people some type of grace to, because sometimes God brings people into our lives to help them. Sometimes we have to help them tap into that potential so that it will eventually lead to purpose. We don't want to be just cutting people off because they are in the beginning stages of seeing their potential, because sometimes you don't see your potential until other people see it. When other people begin to see your potential, then you start to notice it, and then you start to tap into it. So God places people in our lives for us to realize what we carry sometimes, so we don't always know. So when you're meeting somebody, don't just throw them off. Just see what they're about for a little bit. See if they realize what it is that they carry, and you may be the person who God is attaching them to, so you can bring that out of them. So keep that in mind, right? The potential of every human being is great. God created all of us with a great potential. He did not create nobody without potential, right? The key is turning that potential into purpose. And how do you turn that potential into purpose? In order to reach your full potential and turn it into purpose, you have to build a relationship with God. You have to have the relationship with God in place and working and continually to build it and continually to make it stronger in order for your potential to turn into purpose, right? Now, your potential is basically unexposed ability. So if you just sitting there and you have so much potential, because your potential is not based on your success or your ability, right? Your potential is um reserve power, reserve strength. It's things that's on the inside of you that you haven't tapped into just yet. So those things are laying there. How do you access your potential? You have to have a relationship with God. Those unexposed abilities, those hidden talents, the hidden gifts, that the strength that you don't even know that you have, is that potential that you have not tapped into yet. So you have to build a relationship in order for you to get into that. In order for you to tap into that potential so it can work for you, so it can work to turn into purpose, you got to have a relationship with God. God has called us and have saved us because of his own purpose, right? It's not because our own will or what we are doing on our own. It's because of God's will and purpose. It's a part of his big master plan. So if we are not tapping into our potential, we are not fulfilling the purpose and calling that God has on our life, right? So we want to be able to tap into that, and the only way to tap into that is having a relationship with God. And this is a problem. If you're living in potential, it is a problem because you lack progress, you lack personal and spiritual growth. You may have a negative impact on your walk with Christ, because it can get you to a mental and a physical state where you're beating yourself up so bad that you're not walking in your purpose because you're unhappy. When you're walking in your purpose, you feel fulfilled. You feel a sense of happiness. You feel a sense of like, I'm doing something right. So living in potential, it can have a negative impact on you, missing opportunities to make an impact in this world. Like we are put here as vessels. We are put here as vessels to do the work of the Lord, to help other people, to spread the gospel, to love as God loved, and to lead people to him. So when you're not fulfilling your purpose, you're going to feel so unhappy with you, and in a sense it's going to make you depressed. It's going to make you feel like you're anxious, you're depressed, you're stressed out, and that can cause um a negative impact on your overall health and mental state. So we don't want to do that. So, how many of you feel like just how many of you feel like you're living in purpose? Thank you for the love over here on TikTok. How many of you feel like you're living in purpose or potential? Just comment. If you think you're living in purpose, put purpose. If you think you're living in potential, put potential. I just want to see something, and then we're going to discuss that, right? If you feel like you're living in purpose, which means you feel like you're in alignment with God has created you to do, you are walking that thing out, you feel some type of fulfillment in your life, you feel like you are making a difference in the world, that's what living in purpose means. So let me know if you feel like you're living in purpose or you're living in potential. Potential means you're living, you say you think you're living in potential, okay? Potential means you know that there's something there, but you have not tapped into it just yet, right? So how do you know if you're living in potential or purpose? If you are living in potential, it means that you feel like something is missing. You feel like there's more to life than what you're doing at this present moment. You feel like you're achieving goals, but you still feel like a sense of emptiness. You still feel like there is something, even though you're progressing in life, you still feel like there's an emptiness on the inside, like you're still missing something. That means you're living in potential, right? That means that you have not tapped into why God created you. You have not tapped into those unexposed gifts, those unexposed ability that's on the inside of you. Right. Yes. So that means you're living in potential, right? So how do we change that? How do we change that? You want to, it all boils down to building a relationship with God for purpose, right? You will live a life of real purpose that makes a difference in this world by what you receive from God. God is going to give you what you need in order for you to walk in purpose, in order for you to tap into that potential that makes you feel like, man, I know I'm supposed to be doing something else. Like there's something in my mind, like it's just not clicking, it just don't feel right. I know I'm supposed to be doing something else. You will not know what that something else is if you do not connect to God, if you do not build that relationship with God. It all boils down to that. And it's not too late. It's never too late to start building a relationship with God so that you can begin to tap into your purpose, right? Potential can always turn into purpose. As I stated, God, every human has great potential, but how do you reach that maximum potential? You have to build a relationship with God. Number one, He's going to give you the insight that you need, the insight so that you will not be affected by the evilness of man. He is going to give you wisdom and instruction on what to do and how to use your pain to turn it into purpose. Because our pain is what pushes us to feel like we need to be doing something else. Our pain makes us feel like we have to overcome. We have to do something better. We have to do something with ourselves so that we can get in alignment with what God is telling us to do. And a lot of times our pain, it comes because it has to push us into purpose. The purpose of pain is to get you into doing something that will align with your purpose. If you have not experienced some type of pain, then you don't really know what it is to be in purpose just yet, right? Your pain is what produces your purpose. I did not know what my purpose was until I experienced this level of pain that I just felt some years ago, 7 years ago. I did not know what my purpose was. My purpose is to help women to overcome that darkness that they face, that trauma that they face, that those things that you feel like you cannot overcome. That is my purpose because I experienced it and I overcame the things that put me at rock bottom. I didn't have anybody to teach me. I didn't have anybody to show me. So God put it on the inside of me that those women who need somebody to push them into their purpose, to overcome that brokenness, to overcome that pain, that is what my purpose is. But I would have not known my purpose if I did not experience that level of pain that I went through. So our pain is used to push us into purpose. But I didn't know how to use my pain until I went to God and said, God, what do I do? I've experienced all of this pain. What is next? What do I need to do? How do I get out of this? And that's when he began, because I didn't know that I had all of this on the inside of me. But that's when he began to show me. I started to build my relationship with God. That's what it boils down to. How you build your relationship with God is how you will learn to walk in your purpose and discover your purpose. Your potential will turn into purpose. If you have the potential to teach, if you have the potential to uplift people, if you have the potential to build, God will give you what you need in order for you to turn that potential into purpose. But you won't know that unless you build that relationship with him. Right? When you go to build that relationship with God, you will receive wisdom, you will receive instruction, and you will receive insight that will save you from the wicked people in the world, that will save you from going and attaching yourself to the wrong people. Because when you're in a vulnerable state, the wrong people will come and try to take advantage of you. So it's important when you are going through something and you're feeling lost and you're trying to figure out what your purpose is. It's important for you to put your ear to God so that he can give you insight on who not to allow in your circle. He can give you insight on what deal you're not to make. He can give you insight on what it is that you should be putting your hands to, what it is that you should be building right now. He will give you the insight. And it will come with such ease, such peace. I'm not saying that it will be easy, but it will come with such ease and such peace. Like you will be able to do that thing without you even thinking so hard about it. You will be able to do that thing even if you've gotten doors closed in your face. You will still be able to do that thing because there's a yearning for it on the inside of you. There's purpose, right? So we have to be able to go to God so that he can give you insight on when to move, insight on how to move, insight on what people that you need to be in connection with, what networks you need to be building, what relationships you need to be building, right? Purpose brings on peace. Purpose brings on favor with God and favor with man. You want to be in purpose because a certain type of favor you're going to get once you're walking in alignment. Once you're walking in purpose, there's a certain type of favor that's going to be on your life that you're going to need when you're moving in purpose. Because it's so much bigger than you, God has to give you favor with man when it comes to certain parts of your purpose. I need favor. We need favor. Because when man says no, God can put such a favor on your life and turn that thing around so fast that man gonna have to say yeah. You're like, I don't even know why I'm gonna tell you this, or I don't even know want to give you this, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. That's that favor. When people don't know why they want to bless you, when people don't know why they want to help you, that's the favor of God. And when you're walking in purpose, you have that kind of favor, right? That's right. Favor is our portion. We want to walk in favor. So you have to be in alignment with your purpose and the plan that God have over your life. So when it's time for you to make some moves and make some deals, that favor gonna show up for you every time. Even before you walk in the door, God will allow people to see you. God will allow people to see your gift. God will allow people to see what it is that you have to offer before you even step in the room. That's how favor works for you. But if you're not in obedience and if you're not in alignment, that favor will not, it'll pass you up. Right? So that's what purpose brings. Purpose brings favor and a good name. A good name. How many people want to be known for a good name? When you're walking in purpose, God will create a name for you that even at the mention of your name, people be like, oh, I want to work with her. The mention of your name will make people have some type of feeling about you just because you in purpose, just because you in alignment. God will make them feel like your name will be great, honey. Be great in the sight of man and be great in the sight of God. Purpose will bring that. So we don't want to miss up with our opportunities of favor. We don't want to miss our time to be blessed. We don't want to miss any of that. Living in potential. Tap into that thing. You have some gifts that you don't even know about. The only person that can reveal those to you is God. In order for you to know what it is, you could be on this earth 50 years and still not know every gift or everything that's on the inside of you. There are hidden secrets about ourselves that we have no clue. There are hidden gifts on the inside of us that we have not even tapped into. We have not even expressed or showed it to the world because we have not sat in our secret place for God to reveal it to us, for Him to reveal it to us and show us how we're supposed to use it. When you're walking in purpose, you walk in freedom, because you don't have that you don't have that thing where you feel like you gotta you care about what man say, or you care about what people say. You don't have that feeling. You don't have that worry, because all you caring about is fulfilling that purpose on your life, fulfilling what God has placed on the inside of you. People pleasing is not even going to be, is not in your mind when you're walking in purpose, because you don't care. You don't care if you're pleasing them. Only thing you want to do is fulfill your assignment and be pleasing in everything that you do, be pleasing in the sight of God. We want to be in purpose and not in potential. Potential will have us in a place where we are stagnant, where we are looking toward the future and not being in the present, and not taking advantage of our present moment and how we can produce now, instead of, oh, this can bring me this later. It may never come. Living in potential, that's the risk. It may never come. But when you're living in purpose, you're going to see that things start to bear fruit. That's how you know you're living in purpose. It will bear fruit. When you're living in purpose, you will have favor of God. You don't even know how some things is working out for you. It's just working. That means you're in purpose. That means you're in alignment. That means you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Right? Walk in your purpose. If you don't know what that is, I am an empowerment and confidence coach. You can check the link in my bio to schedule a breakthrough session with me to see if we're a good fit for each other. I help women find their purpose, use what God has already given you on the inside of you. Sometimes we don't know until other people point it out to us. That's what I've been blessed with. I've been blessed to encourage people, empower people, and be able to help you get to a point where you're walking in purpose and you're overcoming the things that have made you fall in your past, the things that are keeping you in stagnation, helping you to get set free and build a deeper relationship with God. So if that's something that interests you and you would want to see if we're a good fit, then go to the link in my bio and schedule a breakthrough session so that you can begin to live a life that's fulfilling, so that you can begin to see some fruit come to your labor. Live in purpose and not in potential. Potential will have you at the same place for years and years and years because of what it could be. We're putting our hope in what it could be when you are living in potential. We don't want to be what it could be. Not if it's not something that God has given you and has told you it could be, and you need to work toward that. And if it's something that you have just been sitting on and in stagnation, and it's like you're not doing the things that you should be doing because you're so stuck on what this one thing could be, and not really, you're letting life pass you by just by keeping your hope on what it could be. Live in the present, right? Take advantage of your present moment and begin to build what God has called you to do. So that is what the topic was today. Again, if you have any questions or if you feel like, hey, I want to work with her, just click the link in my bio and schedule a breakthrough session with me, and I will be glad to talk to you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in, for the love and support. I hope that what I've shared today is something that you can think about. Am I living in purpose or am I living in potential? And what do I need to do so that I can start living in purpose? Living in purpose. You're so welcome. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for all the love. I appreciate you. Right? So, again, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll be back next Thursday, same time. You're welcome, sister. Thank you for the support. My team. If ain't nobody else here, my team gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all. And I appreciate y'all. Hey Vicky, thank you for tuning in, sis. Again, I'll see y'all next Thursday. And until next time, spread love, seek light, and mind your blessings. Bye.